What a huge knife for this. Hey, y'all, I'm back already. I thought, well, why not show them this while I'm doing it anyway. I'm just going to mix up some egg salad, and I've already got, I think it's like 6 eggs. I did them in a chopper. That's why I'm using this awkward big knife. It's because I did them in a chopper, and I'm just reaching in there to get the really big pieces. Anyway, so I'm going to do some egg and olive. And I thought, well, we're eating now, and it's 2:30, so I may or may not end up doing the corn pudding tonight. So I thought, well, I'll turn this on and show them the egg and olive. And then I'm going to take this olive bread that I made a couple of days ago. And for me, now tell me it's easier just to feed him the salad. Because for obvious reasons. But for me, I'm going to cut me a piece of this olive bread. And then after I make the egg and olive, I'll put it on olive bread. And that'll be my sandwich. And then JoJo can have that when he comes in. I should have cut that a little thinner, but I'll give him the big one. So that'll be the biggest piece. Man, I've eaten this loaf. When I tell y'all it was good, it was so good. There's one big one. So I can get 2 little ones out of it. Then right now, I'll just do these 2 for me. I'm just going to warm it up behind me. Or I could toast it, I guess. Maybe I'll do that. It is so good. It's hands down my favorite one ever. Where's my bread pan? Dirty. Hold on. Of course it is. I guess I'll just microwave it instead of toasting it. And I'll lay his to the side and we'll finish up this stuff. I've already got about 6 eggs that I put in the chopper. In fact, I could have, if I didn't get it dirty, just done that with these. Let me just rinse it. Then I won't have to chop some olives either. I just did the eggs with that. So I just sort of rinse it out. The olives in there. Then we can do it really fast. Instead of using that knife. It does a good job. See that? Now you can, that olives is kind of, I probably had 1/4 cup. But that's a preference thing. I would probably normally put more than that, no joke. But since I'm putting it on olive bread, I did not. And then I don't have a tablespoon clean, so I'm just going to use like one we always got. Everybody's got one of these. Let me move this so I don't cut myself. And this, I can move all this out of my way. Y'all ain't done live with food in a minute. And I can tell. Now this is probably not going to need no more than I'm going to put it behind me right now so it's ready. Uh-oh. My microwave plates. We'll do 30 seconds and it really might not need that, truth be told. And I'm going to add mayonnaise. That's a good heaping one. We'll start with 2. See what happens. And I add a little bit of, not everybody does this, but I like a little bit of Dijon mustard in it. Half a teaspoon. A teaspoon, maybe 2. Why do they use that? And I don't want to lick that off. I like the mustard, but not enough to lick it off my finger. We'll go ahead and do some salt and pepper. Black pepper. A little salt. I don't like it super mayonnaise-y. That's why I don't go in there with a ton. Might need a little bit more. That's a lot of eggs today. That's why I said normally I would have probably went with just a little bit more. That's not quite another whole tablespoon. That kind of is a preference thing too. You don't want it dry, but I don't want it swimming in mayonnaise. Just enough to keep it held together. Now, do the mayonnaise. So let me get a taste. I'm going to throw a little more black pepper in it. Yeah, we were hungry. And I wanted more than a, snack or something. And I thought, well, let's eat some plenty of warm. Egg and olive sandwich or egg and olive salad on an egg and olive piece of bread. I'm going to tell you this bread. I know I just keep saying that over and over and over, but it is absolutely my favorite bread I've ever made. Ever. Hands down. And it's so good. And it's pretty. I used on the recipe, if you want to see it, it's on back a couple of days. It just says olives of your choice. And I used the black olives you get in a can, about half of the can. And then I used about that much of the green olives, regular green olive and pimento in it. And I chopped up a cupful. Oh my gosh, it's good. And then I added, because the original recipe didn't have cheese, I added a half cup of cheese in the bread. And then I also, I don't think I put that in the recipe, but I also sprinkled the top of it. So you really couldn't even see where it scored, because I sprinkled the top of it with Parm. But Lord, it's so good. So I'm about to get me a bite. I'm curious to see what it tastes like with the, there ain't no short bite over here. Let me see if I can find a, with the bread. So good, y'all. Lord, it's so good. Only problem is I wish I had more bread now to go with the, I'm going to have to make me another loaf. The hardest thing about it is waiting on it to rise. Because I did really I went closer to 3 for the first rise. And then because I didn't want to do it 12 hours or overnight, I wanted to eat it. But I still wanted it to have some flavor. So after that first rise of sitting on the counter for about 3 hours, I stuck it in the refrigerator for 2 or 3 hours. Because even that matters. And then you take it out and you let it sit again another 30 to 45 minutes. But you're preheating your oven on that last one with you. Like if you do it in a Dutch oven, you'd put your Dutch oven in there and get it hot while it sits there for that last 30, 45 minutes to rest. And then make it. But it is so worth it. I promise you, until you to use the ingredients and make it. And I don't even think if you dislike olives, you'd dislike it. It's that good. So I'm going to go feed Tim in a bite. And I'll save these big ones for JoJo. So I don't know if we're going to be making that corn salad tonight. So if we don't, this is our video for the evening. Thanks for watching, y'all, and I'll see you later. If you love olives, Monica, you love it. It's really good. Bye, y'all.